There's a little whisper that lives in the back of your mind. It visits in quiet moments, when the house is still, when your heart is soft. And it says, I wish I had started earlier. Maybe it's about English. Maybe it's music, travel, or a dream you tucked away long ago. You think of it sometimes, and then life interrupts. Work got busy, time slipped away, and now a new voice appears, one that says, it's too late for me. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. You're also not broken or behind. You're just breathing in a new beginning. Hi, I'm Evie. This is a quiet space, not just for learning English, but for remembering something deeper. You are still becoming. And while we walk through this reflection together, you'll also be gently training your English with slow, real, emotional language you'll actually use. Let this be a space where your heart listens and your mind begins to believe again. So take a breath, let your shoulders drop, and sit with me for a while. Let's begin.
I've heard that whisper so many times. From students, from friends. I'm too old to learn English. My brain is too slow these days. I just don't have the energy anymore. But let me tell you something. That voice, the one that sounds so logical, isn't telling you the truth. It's fear. Fear dressed up in the costume of reason. It speaks with a calm tone. It pretends to protect you. But really, it's just trying to keep you small. Here's what I believe with all my heart. Time isn't your enemy. It's your ally. It's the very thing that gives your learning meaning. Because starting now, after everything you've lived, after all the detours and heartbreaks and victories, that takes courage. And that courage is beautiful. It's never too late to begin. It's never too late to come back to yourself. It's never too late to learn something. Whether it's English, a new skill, or simply how to love yourself better, starting now is still starting. So, before we go further, let these words settle into your chest like warm tea. You are not behind. You are not broken. You're just on your own timeline. And that timeline, it's right on time.
Let me tell you a story I carry with me, like a note tucked inside my pocket. There was a woman I once knew. At age 60, she walked into her first English class. Her hands were shaking, not because of fear, but because she finally said yes to something she had always wanted. She had spent decades raising children, working long shifts, putting everyone else first. But deep down, she had always dreamed of traveling, of ordering her own coffee in a new country with her own voice. So she started small. Each week, she wrote one sentence in her notebook. Every morning, she looked in the mirror and practiced. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And 5 years later, at 65, she stood in a cafe in Australia, smiled at the barista, and said, "One cappuccino, please." Her voice trembled, just a little, but it was hers, strong, clear, and proud. Afterwards, she told me something I'll never forget. I don't care how long it takes. I just care that I'm still becoming someone new. Isn't that beautiful? You don't need to catch up. You don't need to compete. You just need to keep going at your own pace. So the next time that whisper returns, saying, "You're too late," try answering back with something softer. "No, I'm still here. I'm still learning." And that is enough. Let's look at this from a different angle. We're often told that starting late is a disadvantage, that youth learns faster, that children absorb languages like sponges. And yes, young learners are quick. They play with language, they pick up sound like music. But you bring something deeper to the table. Experience. You've lived, you've loved. You've worked through pain and joy and long seasons of waiting. You've made mistakes, learned lessons, discovered who you are and who you are not. That experience becomes rich soil. And when you plant something new, like English, It grows with roots that reach down into memory and meaning. Yes, it might grow slower, but it grows stronger, more connected, more alive. And you have something else, too: intention. You're not just learning for a grade, you're learning because it matters. Maybe you want to understand a movie without subtitles. Maybe you want to speak with your children across the world. Maybe you want to feel free when you travel, not afraid of words. That kind of purpose, it's fuel. It turns small effort into steady fire. It keeps you going, not because you have to, but because you want to. And here's something even more powerful. As an adult, you can reflect. You know what frustration feels like. You know the joy of finally getting it right. You can see your own growth step by step. That awareness, it's something no child can give you. So let's stop thinking of age as a wall. It's not. It's a bridge. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from wisdom. And that is a gift. In English, we have words for people like you. Resilient, someone who bends but doesn't break, who shows up, even on tired days. Determined, someone who keeps walking, even if it's slow, even if the path is steep. Self-paced, someone who doesn't rush to catch up, but walks in their own rhythm, with quiet power. If you're listening right now, that's who you are. You are resilient. You are determined. You are self-paced. And most importantly, you are enough. Every time you press play on a video like this, every time you whisper hello to yourself in the mirror, every sentence you write in your notebook, those are not small things. They are acts of courage. Tiny, but mighty. So go gently, but go forward. Because every step you take as an adult learner is filled with heart. And that heart is what makes your journey so beautiful. So where do we begin? When you've been away from learning for a while, starting again can feel heavy, like lifting a suitcase you haven't opened in years. There's dust, there's doubt, there's that quiet fear. What if I can't do it anymore? But starting again doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't need fireworks or a big plan. It can be soft. It can be simple. It can be yours. Just 10 minutes a day, that's all. You don't need to finish a lesson. You don't need to memorize 50 new words. Just give yourself 10 honest minutes with no pressure and a little bit of love. Maybe you listen to this video again and repeat one phrase aloud. Maybe you write one short sentence in a notebook each morning. Maybe you look in the mirror and say, "Good morning," in English, even if it feels a little awkward. Awkward is part of the magic. Because with each gentle step, you are building something. Not perfection, not performance, progress. Quiet, steady, real. We even have some beautiful phrases in English to describe this kind of growth. Get back on track, to return after a pause. Step by step, to move slowly and carefully. Never too late, because the time is still right. Show up for yourself, to honor your promise even in small ways. You can whisper these into your life. I'm getting back on track with my English. I'll take it step by step. It's never too late to grow. I'm showing up for myself today. And when you say them, mean them, because this isn't about catching up to anyone. It's about coming home to you. You're not behind. You're beginning again. And that is more than enough. And now you've made it here. You've listened, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Maybe something inside you feels a little different now, a little lighter, a little more alive. Maybe you've realized you're not starting from nothing. You're starting from everything you've lived, every memory, every struggle, every quiet dream you kept tucked away. Your past isn't a reason to stop. It's the soil. And today, you plant again, with wisdom, with kindness, with courage. The truth is, it's never too late to learn something. Not just English, but patience, confidence, trust in yourself, joy in slow progress. You don't need to rush. You don't need to compare. You just need to begin. Your way, your pace, your time. Even if you've stopped before, even if your learning feels messy, even if you're scared you'll forget, that's okay, because showing up today, right now, is an act of hope, an act of love, an act of becoming. So let's end this moment the way we began, with softness. Take one quiet breath. Breathe in, breathe out, and say, I am not too late. I am not too old. I am not behind. I am learning, and that is enough. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You're already growing. And the future, it's not a race. It's a garden. You get to plant it, water it, and watch it bloom, one gentle day at a time. Thank you for spending this moment with me. I'm proud of you. Now go take one small step. Your learning journey is waiting, and it's ready when you are.